All right, gang, welcome back to another Wake Up Humans. And we got my right-hand man, Drew Henderson, coming off a
Plus,
Labor Day weekend. How are you, brother?
oh man, I am great. How are you? You have a good Labor Day?
Awesome one, man. It was actually really chill for us, bro. Chill.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. It was me too. I piddled a little. That was it. Just a little piddling. Because if you piddle too much, it becomes work.
Does that mean you peed yourself? What does that mean?
No, dude, you just do little things like I'm gonna go paint the mailbox post. Just piddle.
See, you can tell you're not married, bro. You get to piddle a heck of a lot more if you're not married, my man.
Yeah, just just piddle.
Yeah, we
It's
watched so Sierra's Piedmont, the girls soccer, they've started. So they've been on the road. They're in Virginia and I think were they in Maryland? They've been all over the place. North Carolina, they've been traveling. So
yeah,
we were watching a lot of those via our TV. And it's like they got to do better, man. These schools need to step up their AV game, man. They've got like a freaking camera mounted on top of a tree with wind blowing by it. I'm like, come on.
yeah, and you can't see anybody. But I don't know how this last game was, but their first three games, they shut everybody out.
Yeah, dude, they're 4-0.
Yeah,
They're
four,
4-0. They've got
14 to zip to whatever school they played.
yeah.
14 nothing, dude.
Yeah,
Soccer.
that was kind of silly.
Yeah,
They didn't play any starters that game either. They sat them that entire game,
yeah, yeah.
So that's good for some kids. They get some good statistics and padding their statistics for the season.
Yeah, yeah. It's great. And then this coming weekend is senior weekend, right?
Yeah, we're flying in. We got Canes football Friday night, and then we're on an early flight Saturday morning.
That's awesome. Gonna
Yeah.
be gonna be a great weekend.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of pictures that they did like their senior photo shoot or whatever. So Tammy's like, send some over to Drew.
Yeah, yeah. Love those girls, man. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're
You know,
rocking
I'll
it,
probably go
man.
see them if they're back tomorrow. I'll probably try to go see them tomorrow.
Yeah, they got a home game Friday and then Saturday. We'll be there Saturday.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to take a look at the schedule and I may just swoop in when I can. Maybe I'll stay at your place and just try to catch as many as I can. This is her last season, man. This is it.
yeah, yeah. It's fun. You know, fun to see them. You know, fun to watch them.
Yeah.
You know, it's great.
Yeah. It's all good, man. So
Shoot,
you and I
we
were
this
discussing,
morning.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying this morning we saw, I don't know, probably eight or nine, maybe half a dozen um, pregnant people. You know, it gets you thinking like um, we're seeing these babies before they're even here. They're negative years old, bro. You
It's
know,
a
and
fun
we're
concept because they're alive, right?
yeah, yeah, and
But it doesn't
we're
count as their,
influencing their nervous system.
uh-huh. So technically they're 9 months old when they're born,
Yeah, right.
you know?
It's wild. It's
It's an
wild.
interesting concept.
Yeah,
But
and
you think
then you
about
sent that.
why is it important for a mother to get adjusted? I mean, that's pivotal in that baby's life.
Yeah, and just for the mom to know that there's more to life, more to health than just how she feels.
Hmm.
You know, they're coming in so their baby develops right.
Right. You
You
can't
know,
go by just feeling because you're not going to go through life without bad days, pain, suffering. It's just part of life, man.
hmm
Just
yeah.
part of life.
If you're using chiropractic just for symptom relief, there's a lot of other things a whole lot better for symptom relief. If you feel
Yeah.
bad, drink some like rum and coke. You won't feel
Numb
bad.
it.
But that's a crappy way to live, though. That's not
Oh
living
yeah.
connected.
Yeah. It comes with a price.
Yeah, it's not living connected, man.
Comes with a
You know.
price, man.
Yeah, you sent me a message the other day about um, how late is too late to start getting adjusted. You know,
Yeah,
that's
dude, so I've been working in the Venice office quite a bit, which is really cool because you're meeting people for the first time. It's like it's a different energy, a different vibe, but the message is the same.
Hmm.
And we've got this guy, he's such a sweetheart, and he's worked his entire life, worked his butt off, and he's walking with a cane. And when I look at x-rays, I tell them it's black and white, and it's the only time we're negative.
Hmm.
And he's had two surgeries already. They've been sending him to a pain specialist, which just keeps injecting him with stuff to numb him, but none of it's going to the root cause of the problem. And he said, "Is it too late?" And I said, "No, we're not going to give up on you. Our job's to avoid more surgeries and to keep you out of a wheelchair. But we're not going to tell you you're going to be 100% out of pain. We'd be lying to you. Like, you're here for quality of life and have more better days than bad days." And he
Yeah.
said, "I could live with that." I said, "Okay, but it's not too late. I mean, we're not going to get rid of the
No.
spondylo, the arthritis. Damage is done. Like, he needed
Yeah.
this years ago."
Yeah. And it's principle what? 24. Uh, limitations of matter. Like the matter is limited at that point. We can only
Yeah,
do what we can do,
right.
but they can still be better with no nerve system interference.
That's right. I tell them it's good. We want to get you to 100% of who you are now. It's a new 100%. It's not like that pregnant woman having a baby. If that baby gets adjusted from birth and
Yeah.
wakes up 50 years from now and they're getting adjusted regularly, they're going to have a better functioning nervous system, a better looking spine, and they're going to be a heck of a lot healthier than this gentleman, for example, that never did.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can't just blame genetics. Like, oh yeah, I've got arthritis in my hips. It runs in my family. No, the
Yeah.
problem is nobody in your family runs.
Yeah. It's a sign of
Everybody
lack
needs
of
to be moving
chiropractic
a
care.
little. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody needs to move a little.
That's right. That's right.
It's
I
and
was there
I tell
Thursday. I was
people
there.
they'll
You go.
oh, and I tell people, they'll come in, be 60, 70-year-old person. They get up off the table, first chiropractic visit ever, and they're like, huh, it's still there. I'm like, if you can if you can live like hell for 65 years and then come in one visit, they would be lined up to Atlanta just for that one visit.
I tell them only
But
one man walked on water.
yeah, yeah, it's we're good, but we're not that good. Like we
Yeah.
can't fix you in one visit,
Yeah,
you know.
it's too late for that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we can't even fix them anyway. We just remove interference to that power that can fix them.
Yeah. But there is that feeling element, man. I know chiropractors will say, well, it's not about feeling, but if patients aren't improving
Yeah.
and they're not feeling some change, they ain't coming back.
No.
And I don't blame
No.
them. If you suck as a chiropractor and you're just racking and cracking them, they're not going to get changed. They're not going to keep showing up and pay you good money because you're not changing their life. The
No. And
problem
and they
is the time
shouldn't.
factor. They shouldn't,
Yeah.
is right.
They should not. If you're not delivering the goods, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, our office how it works. We're 100% cash. Um, money talks and bull crap walks.
Right.
Like if we don't deliver, they
Results,
don't
man.
come back. It's no like, oh well, we just take what insurance pays, no copay. Can't do that, you know.
No, you
Can't
got to
do
earn
that.
it. You
Yep,
got to earn it.
yep. And I love it. I
That's
want
right.
to earn it every day.
You better be
Want
good
to
at
earn
what
it
you
every
do.
day. Yeah, and talking about how old it is, I know, and you have too. We've adjusted people on their literal deathbed, a few hours before they died,
Oh yeah.
because they wanted to get checked, and not just to remove symptoms and to help them not have so much pain as they die. That's a great side effect. But they know they want to be connected when they
Right.
go.
Right.
That's the thing. I need to get clear before I pass.
I on two separate occasions I went to the hospital and adjusted two gentlemen in comas,
Hmm.
and I got, I had to get approval from the ICU, like chief doctor, chief of staff, and all that crap. And I'm like, they're dying anyway. What do we got to lose? And they said, good point. But why are you going to adjust them? Right. So they can meet their maker clear. Right.
Hmm.
Stupid comment, but I believe it.
Yeah.
They both woke up from the coma, bro. They both woke up. One of them immediately. His mother
Yeah.
started screaming,
I know
freaking
him.
out. You know him. You met
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
You met him.
Mr. Fluffernutter.
That's right, man. But was it too late for him? What if?
No, no.
You
It's
know?
it's never too late, man. As long as we have life, we have the ability to heal.
That's right. That's right.
You
So
know.
people give up hope, man. This guy's, I met a gentleman at my daughter's volleyball game a couple of weeks ago, and he's like 42 years old, and he was talking like, well, it's too late. I'm like, dude, you could have another 40, 50 years to live. You're gonna keep rotting. You're gonna be just miserable for everybody around you, having to take care of you, your kids, your grandkids. You're gonna have no quality of life. You're better off doing something now that's gonna improve that than
Yeah.
doing nothing and just rotting. And he said, well, I never
Yeah.
thought of it that way.
Man, but people just lose hope. They
Yeah.
just lose hope, and I don't know if it's because of us just endlessly scrolling on our phones and we're seeing all this crap, or what. But people just lose hope, man,
Yeah. It's
and they don't have to. They don't have to.
they don't
You
have
know,
to.
I was telling a guy the other day he wants to do something other than he's doing now for work. He's early 50s. And he's like, yeah, but this is kind of like my lot in life. I'm like, dude, let's say you start your own business. Let's say you live to be 90. That's another 38 years. If you live to be 90, you start your business now. That's 38 years of like living in your passion.
Right.
That's
Right.
38 years. That's like almost retired twice by the post office. You know, get
That's one
busy.
way of looking at it.
Yeah, like just what else are you going to do? Go home and watch like Bachelorette? Like, no, dude.
Bro, Tammy and I were out to dinner the other night. We went out and we just went to this little Italian restaurant, sat at the bar, and they had a five-piece band playing. The trumpet player was 97 years old. And after he gets done, he walks up next to me, and the bartender, he makes him a coffee drink to go and puts Sambuca in it. And then he wanted like a shot of it on the side. And she's like, whoa, what are you doing? He goes, my son drives me. My son's picking me up. I sit in the back seat and just make sure he doesn't fall asleep. And he said, and this just keeps me relaxed. And so I started talking to him. The dude's 97 years old, bro.
That's awesome. You know,
Awesome. Like out there playing the trumpet on downtown Venice. We should all be so lucky, bro.
yeah, and happy and content.
Yep.
Uh, and still has a drive to do something. Like he wants to play his trumpet, wants to keep his son awake so he can get him home.
Right.
He has goals in life.
Yeah. I mean, his son's got to be in the 70s, I'm sure.
Oh shoot, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
Think
he's
about it.
in his
His son,
70s.
most guys are almost dead at 70. This dude's 97, having his son pick him up to drive him home. So he's 97 and he's having a couple drinks. He's got a coffee with the Sambuca in the back seat of the car. That's
Yeah, he
beautiful.
has arrived. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Almost 100 years old, my man. And he
Yeah,
was he
that's
was moving
awesome.
around pretty good. I said, "You need help out to the car?" He goes, "Oh, I can walk. I have a cane. It's all the way over there. I barely use it." I'm like, God bless you, my man.
That's awesome. And talking about that, there was a guy come in the office a few weeks ago. He just said out of the blue, and I don't know if he was trying to poke at me or what, but he just said out of the blue, he's like, never work your passion. Work where you can make the most money. And I'm like,
What?
dude, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, just stupid. He's like, yeah, that's the way I live. I'm like, probably, but man, like live your passion, whatever that is. You can make whatever amount of money you want doing anything you want to.
If you're not living your passion, the money thing is not sustainable. I mean, how many times have you heard the story of these multimillionaires? They're miserable,
Yeah,
unhappy, lose their wife, their kids, everything because they were living for the money and they didn't have follow through on their passion and what mattered most. I mean, you don't want to
yeah.
be that statistic, and who wants to end up like that?
No, and then and I said something similar to that, and he replied that I would rather be sad and crying in a Ferrari than happy in a Toyota Corolla. I'm
Hmm.
like, dude, that's just it. Like, you'll never be happy because you drive a pickup right now. You can't
Right.
ever get the Ferrari. Like, just be content and like live where you're happy,
You know what the
you
number
know?
one car is of the wealthiest people in the world, they say?
Hmm.
Ford F-150.
Yep.
It's the number one car.
Just, yeah. And it's
Simple.
just, yeah, just live simple, live your passion. And it
Yeah.
don't matter how much money you make, it don't matter how much money you need. Like, live your passion.
But you can still make a shitload of money, and if you live it with
Yeah.
passion and drive the Ferrari and have your own jet, and as long as the priorities are set straight,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, they're not exclusive to each other. That's
Right.
the thing.
It
You can
it's the
you can
person.
even
It's the
leverage
person.
more money if you live in your passion.
Right.
He come in this morning like, "Hey man, how's your Tuesday?" Oh, uneffing believable. You wouldn't believe. I'm like, yeah, well, mine's great. You
Glad I
know,
asked.
I'm great. I am. I love people. I love taking care of people. It's, you know, love it. And talking about making money doing your passion. I remember Walter Sanchez, long time ago. Um, it was probably 15 years ago, down in Miami. Saw him. I forgot what kind of fancy car he had, but it was like fancy, fancy car, fanciest car I've ever been in. And
I
I'm
was
like,
with you
oh
on this
man, I
trip,
love
wasn't
this
I?
thing. What's
Yep.
that?
Wasn't I with you on this trip?
I think so. Yeah, you and Lieberman and me.
Yes.
Yep. And we said something uh about him having that car, and he just, his little Peruvian accent, he like, oh, I have the car, but the car doesn't have me.
Yep.
And that's
I
it.
learned a
Like
lot. I learned a lot on that trip, bro, because we knew Walter at that time strictly through DE,
yeah,
and he's very soft spoken, very humble. So I had this what's the word I'm looking for? Preconception
yeah.
of just him like not being worried about stuff.
Hmm.
And he picked us up at the airport in that I don't know if it was a Porsche or it was a
I
sweet ass
remember,
car.
yeah, it was
It-
nice.
and then we got in and he was excited to like take us. And I remember him making that comment. He goes, "Look what this car could do." And he was doing like 90 in a second. And he was like a kid having fun, sharing the experience with us. And then we went to his house, which is same house he lives in, absolutely gorgeous
Yeah,
with like fine art hanging. And I'm like, wait a minute, this guy, you could be humble and quiet and kick ass, but have stuff and not be a dick about it. I'm like, oh, I never knew that. Like, I'm learning.
yeah, yeah. Me,
That
me
was
too. Because
awesome.
I'm like, I'm thinking this humble servant's gonna live like,
Yes.
you know, however. But then here he comes in that car, and like the seats would move to keep you in the seat. And I think I think you were in the front because you were the biggest. I was in the middle with Eddie and Lieberman, and I think Glenda, his wife, called, and he just answered. He like, Glenda, I have people in the car, so don't say something you shouldn't.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know, man. I'm with you though. Like when I saw the way he was excited about that, I'm like, it's okay to get excited about stuff.
as long as you don't lose your soul in the process.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay to have stuff. Just don't let the stuff have you.
And it's also how you earning your keep. You
Yep.
know, it's like when I had built my house and Lieberman was visiting and he said, this house is built on adjustments, right? Built on
Hmm.
adjustments. And I'm like, powerful statement. Like he
Yep.
bought that car, he built his house, he raised his kids beautifully by saving people's lives,
Yep.
transforming people's lives, getting them off drugs, avoiding surgeries, prolonging their life, pulling them out of comas. And
Mhm.
it was okay to have a toy to giggle in and drive to lunch.
Yep. And he works hard. He still does a 6
Still
a.m.
does.
doctor's report, mandatory, 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Saturday morning,
Saturday morning, and it was packed when we were in
packed.
there. Packed.
I didn't understand a word he said, but I understood every word he said. I felt him.
Yep. And
That's
and
passion, bro. That's
it
passion.
yep. And everybody else in there did too. And they're like, I need this care for me and my family. I need to call people, get them in this place too.
Right.
But Walter is living a mission trip.
Remember when we were talking, and I think it was, I think I asked him, do you ever have a bad day or you ever feel disconnected? Like, what do you do? And he said, I walk into that other room and I look in the mirror.
Hmm.
And we walked over to that room and there was no mirror on the wall. He would self
Yeah.
reflect. He would get quiet and he would see, because he's big on gratitude. He'd always wake up with gratitude and write down 5 things you're grateful for. And I've been doing that for years because of him. But he would look within and say, okay, what's the problem? I'm the problem. I got to fix it. I got to change my state of mind. That was awesome.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I know he is. I can't express how much of a positive impact he's had on me and my life.
Let me tell you
Just from
something.
that trip.
Just the conversation we're having, how fortunate we are to have people in our lives to have created these experiences like that trip was pivotal in
Hmm.
my life
Yeah.
in many, many ways, as well as yours and Brian and Eddie. Like we still talk about that trip. And
Yeah.
people listening to this need to get around people and interact people that are going to teach them something, show them a way,
Mm.
share something, open them up, or perhaps make them look in the proverbial mirror. Because a trip like
Yeah.
that does it to you. It makes you, analyze your own personal life and say, okay, what can I do better? Where do I suck? Where am I hurting myself? And what do I need to fix?
Hmm. Yeah. And have that a good accountability
Yeah.
with people that you trust that knows the path that you're on to be like, bro, this is great or this is terrible. What are you doing?
Yeah. And
We
it's
have
never
to
too
have the
late.
accountability. No,
It's
it's never
never
too
too
late.
late.
Never too
Never
late.
too late.
Why do we think Dr. Umber in his 90s is in the back of the room at DE or setting up about midway, either one, with a
Yeah.
notepad still taking notes,
Amazing.
still taking notes of how to be better, be a better
Amazing.
servant.
Yeah, we got to pull together a DE meeting for the board, man. We got to get everyone together and see where we're at for October because October's we already got Katrina say we got a ton of people signed up. We got a big meeting coming up.
Yet the hotel is getting full. I checked with Cap earlier. If you hadn't made your reservations, make them now because
Yeah,
the hotel is getting packed.
I think she
We're
already
taking
added
it
on.
over.
I think she just added on more rooms.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
it's
good.
going to be packed. It's going to be great. Um, theme um, going to be how to double your practice. Just boom,
Yeah,
like that. How to double your
yeah,
practice.
yeah.
You know.
JFC's doing it now, man. I just got off my doctor's meeting, and the boys are rocking it. They're focused. They're dialed in, and we have a massive vision for the fall, and it's happening, man. Like it's good stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. I can't. I love the way that we're always trying to get the unlock for the next level, that next step. Like what do I need to do now to increase? How do I
And,
increase? It just keeps
and if
going
you
up.
and if you're not a chiropractor, because we'll go to DE and connect with everybody. One, you could still come, But two, become a chiropractic patient. Like, let us help you find someone in your area that can get you to start living clear by opening up your brainstem, which is going to open you up to a whole different way of life. And that's
Yep.
beautiful. And it's not too late.
Hmm. Yeah, because if you got, and we have it, the key to that medullary lock, you
Yeah.
correct it through a specific scientific chiropractic adjustment, man, their life just blooms, man. It's just
All else
crazy.
follows.
Yep.
All else follows. Eddie Martinez had what one of his quotes I love is when you're clear and connected. I always mess
What?
it up.
Yeah, me too. Everything's gonna be all right.
When you're clear and connected, he says it better in his own little
I
quiet Cuban way, man. It's like I'm always whenever he says it, I'm like, whoo, t-shirt,
Yeah,
love it,
yeah,
love it.
yeah. Love Eddie
Awesome,
Martinez.
awesome, man. Well, listen, I gotta get ready to go back in the office. I know you do too.
Yep, I got to be there in about 8 minutes, so it's gonna be great.
Perfect timing, my man. Rocking and rolling. We got fall here, which is always massive growth in our world. So we're ready to rock and roll and do it. And everybody
Yep,
listen to this. It's never too late.
it is not. It's not. Never too late. We love y'all. We appreciate you.
Talk soon.